Swans. Been a minute, but we're back with Swans. I would probably have soundtracks at 1, Glowing Man 2, To Be Kind 3, Seer 4. All positive words about this one. And I'm low-key excited because this album cover kind of looks like soundtracks a little bit. It's giving me like an older Swans sort of feel, so I don't know if that's the kind of, eerie vibe that we're gonna get. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to like and subscribe if you want to. If you want to catch the whole version of this whole 2-hour crazy album, I'm sure that'll be over on Patreon. I appreciate you for being here. The Healers. They're supposed to heal me? Alright. Michael, you're a man. You can't.
But I caught and I will comfort.
I feel like he's becoming an angel. The mix on these guitars is already nuts. I have to agree. Oh my god, bro.
Very dream, how I'm my mother.
What's the connection here? Ambient Jira. Yeah, so far I gotta say, this is one of their more accessible, longer songs. Get ready. Oh my. Before this album was announced. These long meditative songs really give me too much time to think. Fucking tell me about it.
So many minds, so much to choose, so many heartaches, so much to lose. I'm calling you my life, I'm calling you my life, I'm calling you my life.
Oh shit. A little haunting. Actually. I love a good harmonica though. I can't lie. good next time. Holy fuck. I loved his vocals on that one. Interrupting, bro. Transition, maybe? BB No Money would slide on this, bro. BB No Money mention in 2025. He's going into labor. That's what it sounds like. He's taking on many different forms in that track, whether it's a mother, whether it's a daughter, an angel. It sounds like he's being casted out of heaven. I mean, the place that he's describing, kind of like a black sea where knives are raining on him. It sounds like he's in a place of hell. In the beginning of the song, it takes such a perspective of power, and we kind of see him kind of lose it a little bit towards the end, because at the end he's kind of praying that his mind is washed, is reset, the rebirth of something in his mind trying to become new. I think it was perfect, the first half, with those guitars kind of being a nice drone ambient, and then the drums were just introduced so nicely. It led into the bridge so well. I gotta say, my favorite part of the song, and the part that I was expecting the least, was when the harmonica came in, and then shit went from 0 to 100 in 10 seconds. Kind of wish that part of everything just spazzing out was longer. All right, but I still love that song. I don't know what percentage that is of the record. It's not the longest song. The title track is the longest song. Next track, I Am the Tower, which is the lead single. So if this is the lead single, I'm assuming that this is going to feature aspects instrumentally of a lot of the record. This is slightly bewildering.
Polished nails. I'm searching for truth in the fat folds of your blunder. Give me a jagged course, deep inside. Climb stairs through coarse hair.
Oh, Michael, you lost me.
Neonicotinoid lawns over upturned faces.
Tripping on that epidural.
Here I weep, here I bleed. Wash my blood below the scum with grit, and I'll fart as it boils.
You gonna fart? Bro, drummer is on some fucking Andrew Neiman, bro. It's amazing how much I love the harmonica right here. It's crazy how much the bells make a difference in the instrumental. Who let the dog in the studio, bro? Whoever's on Bark is going crazy. For real, Branson. Bro, a tower. Me too. Me too. I'm just a whimsical little kitty. First of all, this greedy fuck, he wants to be everything. You can't. Let me tell you, you can't. You want to be a tower. You want to be a lamb. You want to be a tiny pink bubble. I don't even know what that has to do with anything. You want to be a kitten? I can relate to that too, Michael. Sometimes you just want to make cat noises around the house. Hey, it's for everybody, no matter what, no matter who you are. I speak for everyone watching this. We can all agree to that. I speak for everyone. Very different. We started off the track, assuming from the track prior, very much not in a place of power. We had our vocals going, I can fix this, 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 you know, coming up from our mistakes, and then Michael just starts speaking straight nonsense. Straight nonsense, like in his lyrics. Y'all know I try with lyrical analyzation, but what the fuck for like half that song. But it seems like he does, like, I don't know. It seems like he does gain his power back a little bit when he finally becomes the tower. You know what I'm saying? Basically the plot of The Lighthouse. I gave it 4.5 stars on Letterboxd. Anyways, great track. I love the bells. I loved the dog. All right, love a good dog. I don't know. I had fun with that. I'm sure I had more fun with that than I'm supposed to. But the structure of all these songs, we do need to talk about the drummer, because the drummer is going Andrew Neiman mode for a majority of that song, and I love the rhythm in the second half as well. Super great. The lyrics feel like an acid trip. Michael published a book called The Consumer. There's various stories there that I cannot understand because they're so weird. Yeah, he's definitely a very talented writer, and I know the writing is fire when I read it, and I can't even pick apart it at all. Next track, the title track, Birth Thing. I think we're gonna officially give birth here. All right, there is lyrics. We gotta go on Genius though. Shit. This is heavy. Oh, I fuck with that heavy. I fuck with that guitar heavy. I do wish this guitar was kind of in the mix more. Yeah, if you told me it was Godspeed, I wouldn't argue with him. Is that a child? Hearing a kid on a Swan song has traumatized me since soundtracks. He has a daughter and his wife is the female vocalist. Oh, that's so cute.
Unspoken. The door was closed.
I feel like the piano introduces like a form of innocence to this song.
I'll go now. Armed in the air, I am falling. I can hear them. Vultures here.
This does sound like the music that would play in a movie after a baby is born. He is wrapped up and is sleeping. Yeah.
Does it endlessly end in the end? Will it end? I saw you. I saw you.
My fucking god. That track was great. I do prefer the first two songs, but that track was super visceral. It does seem like the act of giving birth is fully done here. I saw you beneath the sea. I saw you behind the air above the skies. You talking about his kid there? I can hear them, voices calling, children singing, laughing, screaming without meaning, colors shifting, vaporizing, sifting, oceans here and my hands disappearing. Maybe even death, in a sense, is giving birth, into a new life, kind of, being pushed out of here in a way. I feel like that track can be interpreted in a few different ways. Oh, this is gross. Y'all ever see a red yellow moon before? Okay, but that's one of the greatest snares of all time. I know that it was muted during the thing. I apologize for that, but I do gotta say that's one of the greatest snares I've ever heard. I was so mixed on the vocals in the beginning of that song because it sounded kind of, it just sounded kind of scary, sounded kind of weird. The second the bass and the guitars and the drums came in, I think that's when that track really shined for me. It kind of reminded me of Oxygen on To Be Kind a little bit. Whoever's on the saxophone is going crazy. They're on some Lost Highway shit. Speaking about Lost Highway, themes of lust in there. All right, lust is prominent on that song. Lust is disgusting. It almost seems like we're talking about this pregnancy as a product of lust a little bit. This pregnancy that we're referring to here. That's why it's, I guess, disgusting a little bit. I'm not too sure what the red and yellow moon has to do with that. I'm sure symbolically it has something to do with it. Harrowing vocals. Oh. We're starting out with drums. All right. Pardon my sushi.
To know what is song, you know down below. Just
What? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. reminds me of that painting of the monster biting off the dude's head. Harmonica's carrying. I love a good sushi and I love a good dumpling. Maybe it's just metaphorically about relationship that a parent may want from their kid, and maybe trying to ask the world from their kid. Suck milk from my tit. Now dig this pit. Come take what is left. Now cut off my sex. Maybe in that after birth, sex is kind of different. I feel like it's a very abusive mentally relationship between the parent and its child in this sense, really kind of abusing that power. Love the harmonica on that. I think Michael's vocals are great. I'm a fan of that song.
I love you, Mommy.
Oh my god. Oh, this reeks of soundtracks. I like the subtle effect the percussion is doing. No. This better be your daughter. That's Jira's child counting. Okay, making sure. It's scarier when it's soundtracks and you don't know who the kid is. I'm gonna get jump scared. I fucking know it, bro. I'm scared, y'all. I'm scared.
Under skin, spreading slowly in a tide flow. And I will wander in a lake underwater.
All right, probably the most experimental song on here yet. Probably the most experimental song. I do want to touch upon the use of him using his daughter in the beginning of the song to immediately throw us into a pool of chaos. That was insane. And then using her once again to count to 10 in German, and then in English. For some reason, we did that. I don't know what the correlation to German is here, but there's something. Um, let's read Michael's lyrics towards the end of the song. His only lyrics really on here. Underwater, where the jewels drift by me forever, where the minds combine and silence is laughter, where walking is dreaming, where motion is stillness, where I drift in the tides, wander going under. It seems, I get that picture of, that planet in Infinity War of it's just, the water planet. That's kind of where he's at right now, kind of just like drifting in an endless ocean, not really, it's just endless. And that's how these records are, because the sound of this shit is just fucking endless. But yeah, I like that song. Most experimental vibe on there yet. It felt like the longest song. It felt longer than the 22-minute song just because of how daunting it was to kind of get through, and how haunting and scary it kind of was. But that was a great track. Like the start of this one, very, very drone, very drone. Very consistent for an outro so far. Very consistent for an outro so far. I'm just sort of melting. I'm just sort of melting to this, man. I love the way the vocals are.
And where has Alice gone? Where have we all gone?
It sounds like a happy ending,
Where
but it might not mean one.
have they belonged? The water knows the taste of gold. I'll stir star. Hey, away, 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 and gone.
Reminds me of that one Pink Floyd album cover where he's like kayaking on like an endless ocean. That's what it feels like to me. Most of that track was just a drone, beautiful landscape, and I love how the drums started to slightly build us up. I like the background vocals. Wouldn't imagine that as an outro, but that's crazy. I love that track. I love the ending there as well. It just seems like we're just drifting away, fading away in the world. And I think it's just such a beautiful way to close off this record. Going from the merge to that instrumental is such a big leap, such a big gap. Once again, another movie-length album from these guys. I got no bad words to say off the rip. Obviously, we're talking about rebirth in a sense. It probably a very personal record for him, considering he's got his daughter in the mix, he's got his wife on the record. Probably so many mental layers to him that we just don't really understand about this record. I will say that on track 2, the lyrics to me were like borderline indecipherable. I love how we started off the record with The Healers. The Healers are probably my favorite song. I don't know if it's just because it was actually the best, or I just haven't heard this band in a while, so it just blew me away instantly. I do want to say 2 things that I wasn't expecting to go so hard on this record was the harmonica, of course, and the drumming. The drumming was fucking fantastic. The timing of it on every song was incredible. Red Yellow is probably the track that I'm the most mixed on, because I didn't like the vocals in the first half, but when the guitars, drums, bass line came in on the second half, that's when that shit was fucking incredible. Guardian Spirit, the darkest track on here, kind of giving a more, I don't want to say abusive, but harsher tone towards our thing that we birthed or into this life, as if we overly control them and want us to do all these things for us. He does give off greed a little bit. He does talk about being a lot of different things, such as a tower, kitten even. He likes to say meow sometimes. I mean, who doesn't? But yeah, I think actually the track Birthing was one I was kind of split on as well, but I did overall enjoy that song. I think the subject matter of the song is something the subject matter of this record is something that I gotta dive into a little bit more, because tracks like The Merge, which did give me like Soundtracks for the Blind kind of eerie feel. I gotta learn more about why his daughter's counting in German and shit like that. I don't know. Maybe just for fun. But yeah, I would have to say the track that I would return to the most on here is either The Healers or Rope, just so I can do some meditating to that, because I will say the outro got me thinking some thoughts that I don't like thinking. But yeah, I'm not too sure where to place this into their discography. I think I gotta listen to this again. I have amazing feelings towards it right now. I don't know if I would put it on the same quality as the trilogy, but the records in the trilogy make each other better just because they're all so connected with each other. So this as a standalone record, comparing it to any of those albums is kind of unfair, because we don't have any ones to kind of correlate with this one yet. Or I don't know if this one is in counting it as a trilogy with the album that came prior to it. Actually, I don't know. Let me know. If you have any more information about this record, please let me know down in the comments. I'm curious to learn more about this band and the state that they're at right now and where they are going forward. I picked up an interest in this record immediately after looking at this album cover, because it did give me a Soundtracks for the Blind kind of feel, and that is my favorite record from them. But yeah, I gotta applaud every song on this record. That's all I gotta say right now. When I started recording, it was light out. But yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to like and subscribe if you wanna. I appreciate you for being here. You are the goats. You are the goats. That's all I gotta say.